Hey everyone, Jedi Mike here, and I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the new film, Color Book. And this is, again, one of my favorite films of this year that I was able to watch at the Tribeca Film Festival. The film goes as follows. Following his wife's recent passing, single father Lucky finds himself navigating the challenges of raising his son, Mason, who has Down syndrome. Seeking solace, Lucky and Mason embarks on a journey across mid-metro Atlanta to attend their first baseball game together. Throughout their day-long trip, they encounter Murphy's Law, from car breakdown to missed trains to the duo facing a series of obstacles that test their relationship with each other. Despite the setbacks, they persevere, determined to reach the game. Color Book provides an intimate portrait of a father and son while exploring the experiences of raising a child with Down syndrome, highlighting the strength and resilience that emerges from their bond. This film stars William Catlett, as well as Jeremiah Alexander Daniels, Terri Vaughn, and this film is directed by David Fortune. Now, I saw this film again from the Tribeca Film Festival and was able to watch this film on Father's Day, and definitely I was in tears. Honestly, I can relate, as just being a child that definitely had a lot of medical issues growing up, and seeing that bond, the relationship with your father definitely took me back in terms of my childhood. But this film definitely is a beautiful masterpiece, and it's shot in black and white, but it keeps in that tone of just showing this relationship with these two characters, also dealing with the loss of his wife, his mother, and with these two characters. And I felt that, again, the performance in here was absolutely remarkable, especially from Jeremiah Alexander Daniels as well. I enjoyed in terms of his performance, but also William Catlett. The fact that as a parent, there's a holistic viewpoint in this film. I just say that in terms of parents' resilience, parents' devotion to their child, trying to go to a baseball game, as simple as it may be, definitely goes on a journey where the stresses they might go through to get to that point. We don't, as people from face value, don't understand what that person might go through, right? Again, and this film highlights that in many different areas, such as a father's protection over his child, father, mourning the loss of his wife, and which is like implied that when the wife was around, that they had a better way of handling the son's Down syndrome, and I felt that, and now the apps is gone, he felt like what was he left to do at this point, right? But I feel that with this film, again, it just showed this bond, especially in the representation too of having a black father with a black child in this. There's always this unspoken thing, again, of having fathers not being present in children's lives in our culture, fortunately, this negative stigma. And this film literally breaks that in a way of having a single father, or widow father, I should say, and his journey, again, just taking his son to a baseball game. And I just saw this level of strength and grace that, as an audience member, I'm watching, having for this man, but also just for the child as well. Again, I can relate to me, again, having severe medical issues. Growing up as a kid, I had like very severe eczema, and how that definitely, I know, took a toll on my parents and stuff. But just here we are, how grateful that you are just to have your parents in your lives, but also even then, when things might not go your way, as a struggle of a day of being a parent, is that you end up finding hidden blessings, and throughout the day, right? Moments that you remind yourself to just be grateful, to be happy, happy moments, enjoy the little things, and these moments here happen in it, but you're still feeling just this weight and pressure. And I can only relate to, again, some of my friends who also are parents who have kids with autism. There's just the stresses that they have, that they don't really talk about, but you can see it because they carry that on their shoulders, right? And I have, again, the most respect I ever can give to them. But after watching this film, I even have more respect for a parent dealing with a child with autism too. But also, I hope that this film, more people can watch this film, and hopefully it can be a spark to showing more representation of actors with autism, who's on the spectrum, but tell stories to, again, to show the different areas where, stories that involve, uh uh these actors as well, because I feel that we shouldn't be limited to that. And watching this film definitely is a testament of this new freedom. And you think that might be a limitation, but actually it's a freedom to actually explore new stories that I feel like we need today now more than ever. And I felt that even with how the direction of this film, there was such a level of grace and care in each, as the story was moving. One, in terms of the cinematographer, how this film was shot. Again, having the stylistic approach and using things off the color book as well. I feel that it kind of, puts things in terms of perspective of, not in terms of how you watch in terms of the film in a stylistic way of black and white, but how you're viewing these characters, how you're viewing these people in this story, right? And moments, again, as a representing just in terms of father, just as a man, bearing his responsibilities, but also understanding his frustration, right? Understanding that he's carrying. You want to, as an audience member watching that, just want to, take a little bit off, like, pressure off of him. And in this film, how there's certain characters, as they're moving along trying to get to this baseball game, and you have other characters in heightened situations where a lot of stress, tension is built up, and all of a sudden you just see one character just giving this character grace in a moment where just like the situation go left completely, right? And they don't. They take the way of actually just showing some understanding for these characters in a heightened situation, right? And in that moment, when you see this in the film, for me, I was in tears, because I just understand just the weight of a father just wanting to take his son to a baseball game, but yet at the same time having the responsibility of trying to make sure the son is okay, right? Even when again, even with a child with autism, whatever, is like making sure that child's protected, making sure that even then you can make the best of the day, even though regardless of the situation might come your way, a car breaking down, or anything like that, or financially or whatever. But as a holistic point of view, again, I just felt like there's a lot of like faith and prayer onto this project, and I don't know what, but like while I was watching this, it's just like I immediately called my dad. I just said, "Dad, hey, I just want to say, just say thank you. It's I love you." And it's also, this film just reminds me, just honoring your parents. Like, now as an adult, I'll give honor, to especially parents who deal with children who have a lot of medical issues. Again, and I just felt like when I was on the phone, I just want to say thank you, especially on Father's Day. This story, I feel, is relevant now more than ever, and I hope you guys have a chance to go see the Color Book in theaters, and also when it's available on streaming platforms or anything online. Please go see this film. I got a shout out to the writer and director of this project as well. This was a beautiful film, and one of the best films, if not the best film I've saw from the Tribeca Film Festival. But I hope you guys have a chance to go see the film. Make sure to subscribe button, comment, like, and share, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.